many times I show that DVD.
Michael Kors was proud to be gay.
So we play it again. Doesn't matter how many times I show it, we play it again. Thank you. And thanks again to Thinking Film who produced that DVD for us 18 months or so ago. The 6 years to the day bit is a reference to the fact that the Kors family have since 2009 led the Liverpool Pride procession each year. Pride in Liverpool was revitalised after Michael's death because the community was so appalled, the city was so appalled, and to this day, on the 1st of August again this year, the Kors family led the Pride procession. I'd like to just pick a few phrases out of that piece. Lewis, the young gay man, an 18-year-old gay man, same age as Michael when he died, was very kind to record that for us. Just let's pick a few phrases out, particularly for those who are parents. 5'4", 6 stone 11, 18 years of age, and murdered because he was gay. This is on our watch in our city. We are the citizens of this place. We're custodians of our city. And this shouldn't be happening in these current times. Michael's murder wasn't treated as a hate crime at the time. 2008, eventually 2009, by the time I think the people who perpetrated this heinous crime were tried. It wasn't treated as a hate crime. Thankfully, a lot has changed in homophobic and transphobic law terms. The Equalities Act from 2010 has enhanced some of the backing for those laws. But even now, in 2014, last year, on Merseyside, one homophobic or transphobic hate crime was reported for every single day of the year. Actually, 364 homophobic and transphobic hate crimes during the 2013-14 year in the Merseyside police area. Just appalling. We need it to stop. We're working very closely with a number of different hate crime strand organisations, looking at religion, race, even disability hate crime. 4% of all the hate crime in Merseyside is perpetrated against people with disabilities because they're disabled. 1 in 6 of all hate crimes on Merseyside are perpetrated against the LGBT community because they're gay. It shouldn't matter. It's just love. By any other name, it's just love. It's as simple as that. Mike and Marie Kors and Michael's parents and the rest of the family were approached, surrounded by the community, to be fair. Michael was from Wiston. He was beaten in Huyton, and he died in Wiston Hospital, as you've heard. In 2009, or very quickly, the family was surrounded by a community from Liverpool and Knowsley as well, and asked basically what could we do to help. There were 1 or 2 ideas thrown on the table at the time. Would you like to plant a tree in a park? Would you like a plaque on a wall? And Mike and Marie were really brave and said, no, actually, we'd like to stop this happening again, if you don't mind. If you can leave the plaque and the plant and the tree somewhere else, we'd like to do something a bit stronger than that. We'd like to prevent this from happening again. We'd like to establish some sort of charity. Michael Kors Foundation was officially born in 2010 as a charity. We became an incorporated business in 2010. 2011 was was registered as a charity. I'd like to just see if we can point out behind that pillar there, Mike and Marie are standing. They don't want to speak this evening, but they are happy to speak privately to anybody who'd like a conversation with them. A couple of our trustees are there, Emma Baldry with the slightly pink hair tonight, Emma. Lynn Pates, whose hair is mostly black. There are a couple of our trustees here tonight. The foundation seeks to deliver on 3 aims, okay? We would like to educate those not from the LGBT community about what it is to be from that community, what it is to be gay. We'd like to educate those people to let them understand the impact of homophobic or transphobic hate crime, which starts with name calling, starts with dropping a pencil in a class and being called gay for that. That's not gay, it's just clumsy. So we're tackling language issues, we're tackling some of the basic prejudices and discriminations we see in our communities and our everyday society. So we're educating people not from the community. We also work hard to motivate young people who begin to identify as gay, come out as gay, whatever age it is, they do so. A lot of people's aspirations and ambitions drop. Gareth Thomas, I think the famous rugby player, went on for the 100 caps for Wales, captained the British Lions. And his aspirations and ambitions began to drop in his teens when he realised he was gay. He said, I can't play rugby for Wales, I can't play for Bridgend, I can't go and play for the Lions because I'm gay, it won't work. There's a glass ceiling for gay men in rugby. So the ambitions drop. We're helping to motivate LGBT people as our second aim. Our third aim Michael was from a very warm family, a loving family of 4 or 5 siblings, who knew Michael was gay. He was an out young man. He was well looked after within his family unit. Not everybody is. 1 in 4 of all homeless people in the United Kingdom is from the LGBT community, either as a result of the friction that comes out when they come out and they identify as gay. Bottom line is, 1 in 4 of all homeless people in the United Kingdom are gay, lesbian, bi or transgender. They're therefore more disadvantaged. In Michael's case, he wasn't going to ever be kicked out of his home because he was gay. He was going to be looked after. Not everybody is as lucky. So the third aim that we have is to accommodate all LGBT people, young and old, and middle-aged, even people at 52 like me, we would look after. As an organisation, the Foundation is a small charity. We didn't have a member of staff until last November. I was appointed as a part-time chief executive. Simply CEO is there because people answer emails from CEOs, don't they? Chief cook and bottle washer wouldn't have quite worked so well, but basically we have a part-time member of staff in me. We use peripatetic project workers. One of them over there is Ria, who does a lot of work in schools and employers with us. I think, and honestly, I've got to report back to the trustees in a month or so talking about what the business needs, what the foundation needs to become a sustainable charity. It needs around about 60k per year in order to do that, to look after, to protect, to support the LGBT people from our city. I can't ask you for money tonight, so I'm not going to do that. Pregnant pause. There are cards on some of the, basically any flat surface you can see in this foyer has got some cards on it. There are various contact details on there. I can hand business cards out myself if you want to get in touch with me directly. You'll find us on Twitter, you'll find us on Facebook, you'll find us on the web, michaelcorsafoundation.org.uk. If there's any way you would like to help us, support us, financially or otherwise, volunteering time, offering support for some LGBT people, offering accommodation, whatever it might be, please feel free to contact us at your earliest convenience. We'd be extremely grateful for the help, and we'll make sure that whatever your business is, whatever your entity is, if PR comes well and sits well with your organisation as a result, and we'll make sure we hit the heights from PR terms, in terms of appreciation. Finally, just a couple of thank yous before I hand over to John Hughes, who's curator of the Tate. Thanks to Rathbones, BW McFarlane, Jackson Cantor, Quality Solicitors for having us here this evening, for doing this event in our aid as with us as beneficiary. Thanks to Mark Hensby and John O'Dowd of Liverpool Distillery and Liverpool Organic Brewery for donating the gin you're supping on tonight. And thank you to all Nature Fine Wines from whom we've sourced the wine for this evening. If anybody doesn't normally do Q&As at this point, because I think I'm probably overrun time, it is the norm for me. If anybody's got any questions, I'll be standing behind that pillar with Mike and Marie for the next few minutes. If you'd like to come and talk to us, that's great. Have a lovely evening, thanks for coming and thanks for listening. Thank you.